Okay, I am on the Swanee bathroom, and as you can tell I have all my tools set up. I'm starting this job today, and this is a relatively large bathroom. They have a good sized jacuzzi tub over here, and it actually has a good sized deck on it. One of the things I always try and do is to get a shower as big as possible. So because of this deck, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 tile times 4, so you've already got probably another foot at least that you can come out with this deck without detracting from a little bit of surface. The customer wants something on the inside of the shower they can put their foot on in order to shave. This is only about 2 feet up, so we're going to leave enough room so that when the new shower door comes on, which will be about right here, that there'll still be enough room on the inside of the shower in order for that to happen. Otherwise, that's about as much room as I'm going to get, although the shower is pretty big to start with. This is little builder's grade, well, not little, this is actually a very large builder's grade tiled shower. And when I say builder's grade, it's just blasé ceramic tile that has non-sanded grout. So the issue is, 10 years later, that this, well, I've showed on many videos where you can notch out all the grout, even 10, 15, 20 years later. So having non-sanded grout in here, and especially on the shower floor, is never a good idea. I anticipate a whole lot of moisture inside this shower pan because the 4x4 ceramic tile with the non-sanded grout. And then if you look at these little pieces here that are little curved pieces to match up, they don't quite match up anymore. These curved pieces are supposed to be flush with this tile, although it wouldn't really matter a whole lot. And you can see where this wall has pushed down all the way around. Actually, I don't know if they built it that way or if the weight has caused it to push down, but there's a little lip on the inside of here. So water sets there all the time. The customer told me, especially in the corners, that water sets, and anywhere there's water setting on a grout line, you're going to have issues with the pan. So this pan is probably going to be really saturated with water, although they really haven't had an issue with it because of the saturation of both the pan and the outside of the pan. I imagine that this curb will probably have a lot of damage. If it's a wood constructed curb, this wood will be rotted out. It's possible that the wood underneath that will be rotted out as well. And I anticipate that whatever this board is, whether it's Durarock or sheetrock or whatever, is going to be rotted out as well. Although that doesn't really matter because we're going to be pushing this wall back. So we're going to just, cut that bad part out. And then of course we're going to put in a new shower fixture. It's going to go from this this gold, whatever it is, color here, back to silver. And so the new shower fixture will go in. On this wall there's going to be a niche. So the niche will be about 30 inches long from left to right, about this level right here. And for the trim, well, let me show the tile. The tile is this porcelain, which I really like. It's very thick porcelain, and has a texture to it. So it's a very nice tile. We're going to do that square all the way up on the walls, and the niche will actually get. Let me see if I don't have any of the transition strip that I usually use on the floor where it meets the carpet is what we're going to transition the tile, or we're going to trim the tile out with. So the trim is actually going to be going up this way. The aluminum trim, it's going to follow either this window or that doorway over there. That's going to top out where the tile goes, and so the aluminum trim is going to go across there. That kind of negates having to use any type of bullnose, which I don't think this tile comes with bullnose, or if it does, it's very expensive. So the transition strip is a lot cheaper. So we're going to use that aluminum trim all the way around there. We're going to use that aluminum trim where tile meets tile along here, and also on the backsplash, because the same tile that's being used in the shower walls is also going to be used on this tub deck, on the tub surface, and on this floor. This floor, although it looks like tile, is vinyl. So it's the self-sticking vinyl pieces, and so that's going to go away. We're going to put Durarock on all this floor area and put the 12x12 tile on the floor, straight, no pattern, and including the toilet closet area. This has the old-fashioned build-up, so there's probably 80-100 pounds of material in there in the toilet closet. So the tile will transition into there as well. This is a walk-in closet with a wood threshold, so we're going to take the tile right up to the wood threshold, And then where we entry into the bathroom, we have carpet. So the tile is going to go up to the jamb here, and we're going to put a transition strip here to protect the carpet from damage on the tile. And that's basically it. It's probably about an 8-day job to complete this, maybe 9 days at the most, but it's pretty straightforward. There will be a border, one of these glass borders, 4 or 5 rows of this glass border will go at eye level inside here. So it'll set right here, and then the rest of the tile will transition upward. And that's pretty much it. The shower doors will come out, and the shower glass guy will come out eventually and put in. Probably, I don't know if they're going to go with frameless or not, but you know, probably silver, which is the same style we're going to do the new fixture with. So that's it, and so I'm going to get started on this job. Okay, this is day 9 and finished day for this. Actually, I finished this bathroom in 9 days, but then I had to come back a few days later to do some final touches. So relatively, it's still 9 days. The tile all got set in here, and with the transition strip. The carpet actually goes over. Carpet guys do that with what's called a Z-bar, so that the carpet presses up against the transition strip I put in there for the tile. So that'll be finished by the customer later on. The floor got a big buildup, and so I had to shave the doors off coming in here. And I bought a floor tile in. And the floor tile this is like a linen type tile. I really like it. It's porcelain tile, and the customer spent, you know, fairly decent money on it, therefore the lines matched up fairly decent as well. The linen tile also has a linen grout, so that it just kind of like meshes together. Some of this grout is discolored because it's wet. There's little wet spots around here, so that's the reason there's a little darker grout lines, but they'll dry up to that linen color. So there is a tub, and the tub got a makeover with the tile, same lines going across. Transition strip across the front of it. Customer wanted these transition strips, the Schluter transition strips, all the way around every corner, which I wasn't able to do, and I'll explain that later. So what I did is I put one here going across the top of the tub, and then instead of getting the strip going up and around this way where the backsplash for the tub is, they got bullnose. Bullnose actually got custom made off of the same tile here. And so I think they were about $4 a piece. They just cut off, you know, 2 or 3 inch strip, and the guy uses a special blade on the tile saw and then paints the top of it. So the bullnose turned out really well for the purposes of getting this job done quicker. And I think it looks a lot better than having the metal strip at the top and just ending it, which we did in the shower, and I'll show that in a minute. Anyway, from about this point, it wasn't too bad on the floor until we got about halfway, and then the floor started dipping down. Because it dipped down, this floor got a big buildup, probably a good part of 1/2 inch, if not 3/4 of thin set, in order to get the floor level, because I don't follow the floor, I follow the tile. And since we started over here, the cornerstone being this one piece, so that all these lines would match up on the face of the tub, that's the first tile that got set. And then it went out to the entrance of the bathroom, and then it continued this way. Well, that first piece was relatively level, as well as all that was, but this wasn't. So by the time we got down here to the closet area, if you can tell, we're actually above the closet, the bottom of the closet rail, because, you know, there's probably, like I said, 1/2 inch, if not 3/4 of an inch of thin set back there. And it meandered its way from that point, probably over here, all the way into the toilet closet area. And the toilet closet area as well got a good sized buildup. But got it done, and got the quarter round back in on the floor, so trim it out. Toilet got set. And there's a shower. So the shower got the same type of tile that is on a mat. So it's 2x2 on a mat that got finished in here on the floor with the same grout. And then, of course, the same, what I call linen tile. Linen, meaning that's kind of, it has a little bit of a surface on it rather than just being smooth. That got put on the wall all the way up with a transition, not a transition, but a border, a glass border I think 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of this glass border mosaic going across, and got lucky with that. We had full tile going up to that, and then with 5 of those we ended up with full tile above that. So that math actually worked out accidentally pretty well. So again, back to this transition strip. The Schluter transition strips have corner pieces, and to get a corner piece on here you would have to tile this side, and the top all at the same time, which wasn't going to happen. So I went with the bullnose on the inside of here, the shower, and we just didn't do the strip at all. We kind of stopped it there. The strip did get used at the top. I would have personally still rather seen bullnose up there, but where the door jamb stops is where the tile stops, and it goes all the way around to where the other window is. So that trim and this trim actually lined up, which surprised me. So we got straight cuts going all the way up to the top. And then of course we got the niche. And the customer also wanted that Schluter strip encompassing the niche, which would have been really difficult to do. In a perfect world and time permitting, it could have been done, but again, my choice is always going to be bullnose. It's just a smoother, nicer transition. Normally I do a design in the middle. I'll take some of those tile, about 4 of them, and I'll do a back cut and do this triangular. But I didn't do that because the customer declined on even setting this tile diagonally because of those lines. See, she wants all the lines to match up. So even with the bullnose that got made, as I said earlier, custom, these lines match up with all the rest of the tile, and then these bullnose actually got done differently. They got done the other direction so that the lines still match up. And so that's basically it. They have a nice shower head. It's actually a double shower head. The diverter is actually in the shower head itself. It's right over here. This button pulls out. When you pull that out, it simultaneously runs that one or either one of them. So it's a nice shower head, and this one is on a slider. So there's a little handle right here, a little push button. When you push it down, it slides all the way down for short people, and slides all the way up, back again for tall people. And so that's kind of nice. And anyway, that's the end of this bathroom. It was a lot of work. 9 days is not normal, about 8 days is normal. 8 to 10 days typically is what I give on a bathroom. So going into the 10th day, even if you consider this one, I'm really right on schedule, and I guess the glass guy will be here eventually, put in the door and the plate over here. But I'm out of here. I got other work to do, and done with this job.